Kinshuk and Archan, thank you so much for joining us. It's a privilege to be talking to you guys. I have a few quick questions, and firstly, congratulations on conducting the HAT conference for the second consecutive year. I am certain that there were certain positives from the first year round which drove you to do it, to carry on with this tradition. Can you throw a little more light on the same?
Yeah, thanks for having us. The idea behind the second edition of the Hospitality and Aviation Conference is that structurally we are seeing a lot of positives happening around these sectors. There's an upward movement of travelers throughout the world, which basically serves as a necessary input for both these industries, from hospitality and tourism related sectors globally. And with the fall in prices of crude, it has given an extra fillip to this movement. I mean, this sector itself, they are complementary to each other. So last time in the first edition we didn't have the aviation companies. This time we have included them because the essential idea is that both are complementary. So one feeds on the other, and we have seen both doing tremendously well for the last 18 months. And that's the idea. So basically we expect this trend to continue, and that is the reason why we have done this second edition. And if you know that Phillip Capital keeps doing such events wherever we feel that there's a sizable investment opportunity available for the investors to talk to the companies and have investment ideas, we try to bring them out. Yeah. And this is one such effort in that direction from a separate sector. So that's why we are doing this, and I think going forward the next 2 to 3 years we see hospitality sector as such in a very sweet spot, in the sense that the business dynamics are at present suitable for the existing players. They've made a lot of changes over the last 3-4 years in their models because it was lean period, and now they are beginning to see the benefits of those changes. There's very less capacity addition on the hospitality sides. There are hardly new capacities being added, and there's an influx of users in the market, travelers in the market. So that gives them a very strong footing on which they can stand and benefit for the next 2-3 years till the time we see the next wave of capacity addition coming in, which I think is going to be quite some time away now. So that's the whole construct of this event, and I think investors will benefit from these corporate meetings, and I'm sure that they'll be able to generate some of the long-term money-making investment ideas.
Absolutely. I mean, when you have such the creme de la creme coming down and passing information to the audience the way it's been happening, it's only for the betterment of first-time investors or not so big players to be able to get a fair judgment of what's happening around. Occupancy rates are at an all-time high from what from the reports that were shared earlier today. My next question would be, of course, we're carrying this, taking this thing forward on a long-term basis now. My next question is, what is Phillip Capital's vision? In what kind of a role are they looking to play to further enhance this growth, to further smoothen this growth for all the players that are involved?
So essentially, by the function of what we do, the basic function of for us on the institutional side of Phillip Capital is to bring good investment ideas as in corporates through such events on a platform where they can interact with various large institutional investors, and hope to create an environment where the exchange of ideas in terms of what is happening in the industry and what the future looks like. That enablement itself is the idea behind such events, and so as Phillip Capital, I think that's our continuous endeavor, and I think this is one such event in the same direction. We would continue to find such opportunities, and wherever we feel that there's a sizable investment opportunity or a theme that we see playing out in the market available to us, we will definitely try to get the investors and the investable ideas in terms of corporates on the same podium and same place, so that the ideas can be exchanged and people can benefit in the longer term. So
paving the way forward.
yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
All right. Archan, can you tell me what are the key takeaways from today's get together?
So clearly, both sectors are now really geared up for growth. Now, having said that, we saw hospitality last year when we were there. The occupancy rate was just improving. People was just at the influx. People understood that there will be increase in occupancy rates coming in future. But now we've almost touched 66% of occupancy, which is all-time high. So this will continue. What needs to follow is the ARR increase. But having given the overall growth that the country is going through in terms of business, in terms of consumption, I'm sure this is not really going to be a big bar for these hoteliers to say pass on or increase the ARRs. And wherever we are today in terms of dollar term, you're again sitting at the threshold of $100 in terms of per room night, which is no big challenge, increasing 5 to 10%. Other important aspects for the conference that we touched upon policy making. We had we had Mr. Rastagi representing Ministry of Tourism, assuring that government is taking both hospitality and aviation as the pillars of infrastructure. So if you want to position India as a developed economy, maybe a decade down, or the way we are positioning ourselves globally, these are very important pillars of infrastructure pillars that every country would have, and it's only the right way to think is the government to support these sectors. GST has been implemented in terms of policy. One of the policy measures that got implemented at that point of time. Well, it helped some of the hoteliers who are not in the 5-star categories, but a lot was spoken. The takeaways in terms of how the credit input would really help. Input credit would shape up, how it will be beneficial, and it's not really a deterrent for the 5-star hoteliers to actually increase the prices. There was a perception that there could be some challenges for these guys to increase prices, but really not. That is one. Aviation, again, the kind of airport facilities that that we are seeing across the tier 1 cities. You're seeing the tier 2 also trying to shape up. Yet there is a lot of gap which needs to be filled in many tier 2 city. The kind of infrastructure you need to have for airport, because the traffic is increasing. You're seeing the occupancies are going up. And so both these sectors are no more aspirant sectors. It's only become a necessity for many people, and it's only to say that there was a very clean takeaway that government is definitely, if not immediately working towards it, but would definitely work towards it in giving them a better level field to make them stronger and take in as much growth that they will for next 10 years.
Right. Thank you so much for joining. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and thank you for enabling such conferences which helps people to make better decisions, more informed decisions, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Thank you.